Hello, your name please, sir.
Hello, my name's Mr. Matt.
And what are you going to be shamelessly plugging?
Mr. Matt, internet video program.
And why is it better than everything else on YouTube?
It's not better than anything else on YouTube. It's quite frankly terrible. It's just one of those things that I end up putting out for my own amusement.
Okay.
Hello Internet, I'm from the Internet and my name is Mr. Matt. This week we're looking at content. What is content? I don't know. Roll the titles.
Content. What exactly is content? Well, dictionary.com states that it is usually contents. Something that is contained. Something that is to be expressed through some medium such as speech, writing, or any of various arts. Significance or profundity. Substantive information or creative material viewed in contrast to its actual or potential manner of presentation. That which may be perceived in something. Philosophy, logic. The sum of the attributes or notions comprised in given conception, the substance or matter of cognition. So basically content is a ton of things, although these days content is basically anything we blast onto the internet to be digested by those around us. Going back to the not so distant past of 3400 to 3100 BC, content was delivered by funny symbols by the Sumer folk and the Egyptians via stone tablets, as we can see here. Early content was crude and didn't feature any adverts. Some might say a better time for content. Others might end up saying, but how do people get paid? The content we have now can be vast, stemming from the book things we enjoy so much, or when we figured out how to put waveforms into bits of plastic, or snapshots of people onto bits of wood and paper, or capturing existence in little strips of film, or even combining waveforms and film into more fancy moving things, or combining all of those and converting them into ones and zeros to transmit over the world.
So content is basically a lot of things. It's essentially everything really.
But what do we put into our content? What should we provide via this content delivery system we call the internet? We here at the Mr. Matt Internet Video Program deliver all sorts of content, as do others on these content delivery platform services. Some like to go with the video games, either playing them or showing off their face and reactions whilst playing them, such as this chap.
What?
Let's hope they'll be okay, I'm sure they will. We'll check in later and make sure. Other content delivery people like to chat into a camera and sort of tell you about themselves, endlessly blathering on about things that are happening in their lives.
Explosive diarrhea.
This is an extension of aspirational television, you know, where people are shown what more attractive people are doing and how you aren't doing that, sometimes with steps on how to get to that point, or at least give the appearance that it's obtainable, even if it isn't. There's also this form of content that takes what is happening in the meat space and shows you how bad it's all gotten, or sometimes give you a cute story about it all, such as this kitten. Oh, that's a kitten that is. Will it affect you in any way? Not really. But will it distract you from the endless nightmare of what's happening in the world? Yeah, possibly for a few minutes until you remember the world exists again. Content can also be a means of providing ideas to others, sometimes in hilarious ways, or in a serious tone of voice. Since anyone can deliver content without any form of gatekeeping like the old TV box thing used to have, it can either be willfully stupid, unwittingly stupid, or somewhere in between. Like this channel. We should check on that chap playing games. Are they... Oh, can someone get them some help? I'm sure it's fine, don't worry. So what is all the point of this content then? Well, that's a bit more of a complex question. It depends on the source and the delivery method. It used to be that content was there to distract, inform, or entertain. People would get paid to make content, and in turn the delivery vector would be paid either through adverts or funding to deliver that content to you all in a piping hot way. That's some delicious content. Nowadays it's kind of the same, but the way people get paid has changed. Adverts are still all over the place, but since they can get annoying, some try to block them. Then the adverts became part of the content, either through product placement or as it is now, stopping the content to show you a product or service. By the way, have you tried new and improved oxygen? It's just like the oxygen you have now, but even better. Breathe some today. Anyways, back to the content. Talking about content, since the relationship between the three parties of content maker, advertiser and delivery platform has become more complex, the types of content are typically constrained by what each of the parties wants. The delivery platform wants to keep the advertisers happy, the advertisers want to sell a product or service to as many people as possible and not be associated with some content. and the content makers want to make content that doesn't get removed or is not able to create revenue. But what if we could cut the advertiser out? Well, that's what some already do, getting funded by the people who want to watch the content directly. Via services such as Patreon, people can directly support the content they like. However, that does have its own relationship in that the people who are funding the content creators via Patreon and other such services will expect to have a certain level of service, as well as the content to end up having a similar theme or to not deviate too far from what they expect, what they've ended up putting their money behind. So if you ended up having a video game channel for donkey's years and then suddenly started a food vlog or something completely off the path, then they would expect that to end up reverting, or that they could end up removing their money from that service. So that's where we end up falling into a typecasting trap. Typecasting used to be a real problem for some actors, with the immortal Christopher Lee becoming typecast as the horror guy and working hard to get out of that trap. When his name popped up, there was an expectation that he would be a certain way, limiting the roles he could do. The same happened to the fantastic Robin Williams and Jim Carrey, who played comedy roles for donkey's years and had to take drastic steps to get away from it so as an attempt to try something new. In relation to our current way of doing things on digital content delivery platforms, and anyone being able to do this, some creators can only make the same type of content, making sub-channels to try something different or suffering when they do something outside of their usual remit. Anyway, the content that we see these days often has a complex relationship behind it, a fine line of attempting to appease different groups with different goals. No wonder people go crazy. I blame Oxygen. Oh wait, no, oh, drat, lost my only advertiser. Anyway, we should check in with that chap again. Oh dear.
Matt!
I'm sure it will be alright.
Matt!
We have content all around us at all times. The only way that you can really end up preventing content is by basically destroying your phone, computer, TV, books, anything. If you see an internet personality or a personality, just stop them. The only way we can really prevent content is by stopping all personalities. We need to stop personality. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you again at some point. Maybe.